evening, Lisa. Lisa? You've degenerated into Warren. What's going on? What was that meant to be?
Charlie says.
Charlie says.
Don't be so clever with your introductions.
Good evening, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Lisa is away doing work. Yes. No, she's not here. She's not under the thing. And today, Warren and I are going to look at the Daemons Episode 2. Which, frankly, seems to be the best thing on BBC One.
Oh, by a good mile.
That day. We're talking about the 29th of May 1971. It's a bank holiday weekend, apparently.
It is.
And there's an awful lot of grandstand on. Then Walt Disney's The Wonderful World of Colour, Bristleface Part 1, something about a hairy hound. The news with Bert Ford as the weatherman, not the newsman. The Demons Part 2, the Saturday Western, Jesse James, starring Tyrone Power and Henry Fonda.
And who else?
Who else was it? Oh, Brian Don Levy. What's he doing in it? What's that meant to be?
That's his wig.
His syrup.
His syrup moving during the filming Quatermass 2.
Lord knows what he's doing. And the two Ronnies, well, that's all right.
That's okay.
And a man called Ironside. The news, match of the day, and Braden's week. Frankly, not much to grab your apples there.
Braden's week. Did you see who was in that?
Did I see who was in it? What? Esther Ranson.
Esther Ranson.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Prominent people entertain us with their undiscovered talents. This week, Lord Montague of Bewley. There you go.
Did he get his large traction engine out?
Well, quite possibly. ITV has got a bit more choice. I've got the listings for Anglia here, and UFO was on at 5:15 with The Sound of Silence. What's that one about? What's that? A beatnik trespassing on a farm.
Oh, Michael Jason is the show jumper.
Oh, right, okay.
In that one.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's an advert for Synatogen. Mrs. E. Burrows of Shanklin, the Isle of Wight.
Soils herself regularly on public transport.
No, she says, hang on, what does that say? I can't read it, it's too small. Some time ago, when my nerves were at the lowest ebb, I have been restored to good health with a renewed interest in life after taking Synatogen on the Isle of Wight. So there you go. Actually, Southern had a better lineup. Because Anglia, 6:15, Whittaker's World of Music is opposite Doctor Who, followed by the Val Doonican Show, the Saturday Film, The Ambassadors of Daughter. The Ambassadors of Daughter. Crash soon. The Ambassador's Daughter.
They know their
Aquarius,
moral duty.
and the Champions, The Invisible Man, with William Gaunt of Now Look Beryl
Now
fame.
see here, Beryl.
Southern, however, gave you 6:10 the news.
A small print by the looks
Yes,
of it.
it's very small print. 6:15 the Golden Shot. Please Sir, I Spy, Val Doonican, and the film was Peeping Tom.
Which is quite interesting because Bernie the Bolt followed by Peeping Tom.
Indeed.
Yes.
So there you go. Anyway, what do our notes say about all this?
Daemons.
The Demons, right.
Episode 2. So imagine the opening titles with a double beat at the beginning of the theme music.
Bank holiday weekend, 10.4 million people are tuning in.
Wow, must have been raining.
I don't know. Yes. The music, as noted on the production notes, is March to the Scaffold.
Oh,
What?
before you get that far, I'd
yes.
something about the opening titles.
Oh, go on. What have
I
we got?
never knew that Pertwee's still was black and white coloured in because it always used to freak me out there was something wrong with his eyes.
Okay.
So if you look at the titles, the eyes are painted and they look really weird because it's from the photograph. Anyway, I digress, Cyril.
No, that's
Esther.
fine. I'm no Esther. But yes, where are we? Yes. You put me
Don't
off
try,
there.
keep going.
Yes, the old betting stuff
The old Bull and Bush.
was unscripted, and you've got Nick
Yes.
Courtney as the voice of
It's the voice of
BBC Three.
Reason.
fancy thinking that BBC Three would have a
No.
would even exist.
Not even a thought there.
But of
So
course,
we're
BBC
thinking-
Three's gone online now. It's been and
Yeah.
gone.
So what year are we basing this in?
Oh, we're going to ask that question.
No, let's just spin the wheel of justice and see how fast it turns and finds us the right day.
I cannot reconcile the unit dating things in my head at
Unit
all.
happen, or unless you look at it,
Unless it all
in a
happens
parallel
in-
universe.
Well, yes, or unless the whole 5 years happens within about 2, I don't see how you
Yeah,
can.
we'll see.
Yes, I'm not going to go down that
No.
route. I really cannot do it.
Bock appears at the beginning, doesn't he?
Bock.
Smoking his eternal cigar.
Okay.
Well, he turns around. I notice his tongue sticking out, but it always used to strike me that he's smoking this eternal cigar.
Okay. All right. I put there's some nice blue lighting on Delgado, as we're going to say, and it's amazing how good this looks on DVD actually.
Yeah.
Because we had an old black and white copy, didn't we? That was frankly a bit shoddy.
Which used to rotate a
When was
lot.
the first time you would have seen it in colour? Did we ever have a colour copy?
I didn't see it till the video came out.
Well, the BBC Two showing, wasn't it, in 19...
Did they show that
92?
before the video release?
I'm not sure. I'd need to look. But they're fairly close together, aren't
Because I'd only ever seen the Pertwee years
they? Yeah.
last episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Of course, Ian Marter.
Oh, it's the policeman. We'll get to him in a minute.
Actually, it's not Ian Marter. It's Savile Glitz.
All right, if you say so.
Sorry, carry on.
But Avebury, have you been to Avebury?
I have been to Avebury.
I've been to Avebury.
Have you been to
When
Avebury?
did you go to Avebury?
I went to Avebury when I was going to Swindon. I thought, I'll pop into Avebury. And my first reaction was, isn't the green small?
Okay. Does it all look bigger on the
It
telly?
always looked bigger on the screen because of that, the lens.
That's true for so many things, of course.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. You have to have lenses on for them.
Indeed.
Quite.
Have you been in the pub?
No, pub, I was driving, so I couldn't go in the pub.
You could go in the pub.
Well,
All right.
went in the church.
All right. What was in there? Isn't this one of
Nothing's
the-
altered. Ba-bum.
Bum-bum. But hasn't it got a visitor's book?
It has. Yes.
And don't people put things like
You rebuilt it.
you
really
rebuilt
well,
it?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. How do you think they actually get the sort of village atmosphere in this story?
I think everyone's drunk.
All right. Okay.
Because I say that through noticing that what were the licensing hours? Because at the beginning they're in a perpetual lock-in in the pub, aren't
Right.
they? Because remember, it's midnight, they're opening the barrow.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah.
Licensing finishes
I was
11
gonna say,
o'clock,
where's
20
the-
minutes drinking
Where's
outside.
the village Bobby?
The Bobby's up at the barrow,
Oh,
isn't
well,
he?
so nobody cares.
So nobody cares. Yeah. So yeah, they've got no, and I've put down here typical trappings of a country pub: plastic horse brass.
But I noticed when they've got like the bodies that they've brought back to the pub, there's
Yeah.
a bloke in the background still supping on his
Something
pipe.
there, yeah, and I've put in there's clearly a lock-in in progress.
But,
Notice,
yeah, pub regulars. I
yeah,
thought.
and also the landlord Don McCulloch is would have been better known in that time as the police sergeant
Yeah.
in Sutherland's Law.
Right. Okay.
BBC Scotland, that one.
But you were saying about how the schedule on ITV doesn't have any police series.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And this was news to me because I'd never really noticed.
Okay.
But what was the reasoning behind it?
The unwritten law unwritten rule that ITV and BBC had was they wouldn't show police dramas at the weekends.
Okay.
And along come LWT and they said, well, no, we want to produce police dramas, but
Yeah.
our window for showing everything is only the weekends.
Okay.
So they broke that with New Scotland Yard,
Oh.
and their ratings went through the roof. And the BBC said, you're not playing the game, and ITV said, it's your choice.
Yeah, because Dixon is a Saturday
Is
thing.
it?
Dixon of Dock Green is certainly scheduled for Saturdays. I don't know about 1971, but it is because I've got a trailer for Revenge of the Cybermen Part 4,
Really?
which
Okay.
includes Dixon as part of the lineup. So,
Well, by then that would have been
but
75.
that's yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd need to look up
Okay.
Dixon for 71.
Okay.
I'll get back to you on that. But yes, Yates is keen to get his chopper out. But didn't you write to Nick Courtney once? Is that right?
Yeah, I wrote to him when he lived in Crouch End.
All right, crouching in a coffee bar in Crouch End.
Yes, and he misread my name and called me Mr. Lenhorn. And he kindly sent me I wish I still had it. I might have it somewhere. He sent me an autograph. It's such a nice chap. Sent an autograph postcard.
Oh, bless you.
So yes, I am Nick Courtney. Thank you for your invitation for an interview. Unfortunately, I'm not available at the moment, but so nice to be recognised.
Oh.
I thought it was rather. Nick was always rather charming, wasn't
Yes.
he? Yes. He was always a fan's favourite.
I mean, that's the thing. We never really got a chance to talk to him for any great length of time because there was always so many people that wanted to spend time with him, which is quite right.
And Nick, I know he always worried about his performance and everything that he did, but he came with such a good pedigree, didn't he?
Oh, he
was
rock solid.
always rock solid, yeah.
Absolutely.
I remember. I'm going to digress slightly.
Oh, digress, please.
Oh yes, there was an ITV program. I think it might have been called Borders. I'm not sure. About a child who'd run away and he'd ended up in France and they were climbing the roof of this house in some competition.
Yeah.
And Nick was playing a Frenchman.
All right.
And I recognised him as the Brigadier, but as you know, Nick speaks fluent French.
Well, he's in French Fields.
Yes,
isn't
he is. Yes.
Is he an account or something in that? I can't remember what he is. He's something like that.
Something like that. And I remember being so impressed by seeing him, because the only thing I'd ever really seen him in was Who.
All right.
And so there he is speaking fluent French. Talents you never knew you had.
I said, Box got one eye brighter than the other. You said
Maladjusted headlights.
Maladjusted headlights. Yeah. And yes, the copper looks like Ian Marter.
Yes.
Now, where's this policeman's uniform come from?
Oh yes, he's got the chest piece on the top of his helmet.
Yeah.
Now, there's only two forces that would have had a chest piece on the top of their helmet, whereas some forces have a horn, like we do down here. We have the horn.
Oh, you've never shown me your horn.
Ah, well, maybe later.
Okay.
And other forces like the Metropolitan have a rose.
Yeah.
The chest piece was only prevalent on the Royal Parks Constabulary, so I don't think that was a Royal Park.
I don't think so.
Or Devon and Cornwall.
Ooh. So not Wiltshire.
So not Wiltshire, no.
Oh.
They have a rose. So it would have been set Devon and Cornwall. Which it would explain the very bad cod country accent from the verger who was later to appear. But we'll come to that later.
Well, we said about excuse me. You've got the master doing all his business with his coven. And they're all a bit, do I will, shall be the whole of the law. And they've all got these burglars' masks on, haven't they?
Yes.
And where did they get the burglars' masks
They
from?
got it from the Devil End stores, didn't they?
Yeah, from the local shop.
For local people.
For local covens, yeah. Now you've got the devil's footprint things appearing.
Yeah, now, I didn't know about this.
And I've just got it up here. This might be a reference to the Devil's Footprints from 1855, which appeared overnight around the ex-estuary in Devon.
Okay.
It was winter, February, 8th of February actually, and it was really, really cold, and these strange markings, mysterious hoof markings appeared, about 4 inches long, between 8 and 16 inches apart, and in a single line. So there's... But it seems to be one-legged, so it's hopping everywhere.
Unidexter.
Yeah, it's a unidexter sort of a devil. But yeah, it's mentioned briefly in.
How many legs has that devil got then?
Well, that's a demon called Buer. He has the head of a lion and 5 goat legs, so he can walk in any direction or possibly roll along. I don't know. But yes, this is in the book of Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World, but it doesn't feature in the TV show. So if you've got the book, have a look for that.
Okay.
It's possibly a reference to it, I don't know. Cloven Hoof pub sign. I've got to hold that, or at least a version of it. I don't think it's the original. But when I went to the pub, they had it on display.
You go to a pub, or you have to do you?
I can get shut up. I got to take it outside and hold it.
Did you now?
Yeah, and had me photo
If you're
took.
going to hold it, you have to take it outside. Yes.
I held it up and had me photo took.
Oh, it's
Yes.
the van's on fire.
Oh yes. What was you said? No glasses, but a soda siphon
Yeah,
in the pub.
Even though the people, they've cleared it up, but just for the to remind you it's a pub.
All right.
Bang smack in the centre of the shot is the soda siphon.
Nick Courtney's got his pyjamas on, but he's got a red telephone.
Yes, red telephone always meant something important, didn't it?
You were hoping for a glass next to the bed with his teeth
in it. Chattering away.
Damaris Heyman can't half shout because she's in the chest.
She's in a large chest, isn't
And
she?
she's behind the big wooden door, and Benton can still hear her, and he goes straight for her chest.
And how thick were those bricks behind? Oh, those blocks. Yep, between. Yep.
Yes, the verger sort of summons up sort of Dad's army a bit, doesn't he? You know?
With cod country accent.
And you've got the sign saying "Down to the cavern, mind the step, health and safety" when you're summoning up the devil. Yeah. Everlasting candles. Yes. Candles don't go out. There's waxworks in the cavern.
Oh, I've got fish slapping fight with Benton.
Fight scene.
Yes.
With a knackered gun. Yes, well, I mean that's noted on the thing. Oh, there's the pub, by the way, with the TV in it, isn't it? But we'll get to that.
We'll come to them.
Yes, he gets the wind up his cassock.
He does. He gets blown right up his cassock, doesn't it?
Dudley has a good old trill on his thing.
Yeah.
What's that? The doors open. The doors are open in the baker's man's van.
Yeah, he's driving along, and the van comes to a screeching halt. Conveniently on a pile of
there's a big load of petrol in the middle of the road that he drives onto.
Which promptly ignites.
2235 MT is his van.
Yes, which is a Midlands registration.
Midlands.
So Midlands. So now, where are we? We don't know what year it is.
So the policemen's come from Cornwall and the vans come from the Midlands. All right, okay.
Shops are few and far between round there. Clearly.
But this Devil's End store van reminded me of the van you used to get round Cranbourne Way.
Yes.
Because the store basically had a big green van that was a mobile shop.
That's right. It set scales in the back as
well.
And
I remember all the drawers
yes.
with the sweets in.
Sweets
were down low.
You had fruit and veg, then you had tin goods.
And they were things like sort of. I was going to say scrubbers.
Scrubbers.
I was going to say like
how apt you are.
Lavatory cleaners and things like that. But yeah,
we have to point out that we had both lived in a rural communities, and Wednesday in Dorset,
shops were shut.
Shut. That was easy to say. Shops were shut.
Thank you. And this van would come round. Yeah. And I remember getting like fruit gums.
He'd toot his horn.
Yeah, and you'd go down.
Yeah, like the Pied Piper, wouldn't it?
It sounds like we live in like the 18th century, doesn't it? A man would come
close
round.
to it.
Yeah, remarkable.
I loved it when electricity arrived.
Oh yeah, that's brilliant.
I have to point out, I'd left down. This is a really random thing. What was your telephone number?
Well, it was 3 digits.
3 digits.
3-digit phone number. Yeah.
But yours was 617.
All right.
And mine was 329. That was like that till when I left in 1989. We didn't have a digital telephone thing then, did we?
No. TV, there's a TV in the pub, which you said is fairly rare. Although Doomwatch do it in Project Sahara. Delgado looking brilliant as the vicar.
He looks disturbingly brilliant dressed up in full vicar
gear.
Vicar gear.
Joe is massaging Benton's neck or breaking it. Now the Brigadier's car OLR 461E, so that's fairly new, isn't it? For an E-Reg?
62 was A.
Yeah, alright. Oh, it's not that new then.
It's a knack. But
yeah, alright. Why is there a sergeant driving him?
Yeah.
And who is this sergeant?
And he would just have a normal private sergeant.
Why has he got a red band on his hat?
But here we go. We're looking at it at the same time now.
Yeah, Satan Hall 8 3/4 miles. the sign's all right. The sign's not scorched,
even though it's right next to the van that's just caught fire.
Yeah. Nick's got his stick that explodes.
Yeah.
Where are we now? Yes, the fact that it says unit on the car windscreen
to remind them who they are.
Yeah. It's very secret, isn't it?
With the flag. Why? Why would you need a flag?
But each letter seems to have been cut out from the newspaper and stuck in. but it's like unit, like Brig. It's almost like Brig, Sarge. You know, like sort of Kevin and Tracy. You know, in sort of green or something, green and white.
You see, he's got a souped-up Kev-mate car.
Yeah. What you said about Pertwee's handbrake technique.
Oh, Pertwee has never been able to pull up in Bessie
without
stalling the damn thing.
He used to have a go at people for being bad drivers,
yeah.
but
the classic shot in Silurians where he drives up to where Major Baker has collapsed outside the hospital, and if you watch, every time he drives the blasted thing and stops it in a hurry, he stalls it. Giving Joe in this particular episode severe whiplash, doesn't she? Because her head sort of goes whoa at one point.
You've got the branch in the middle of the road.
I like this story.
Yeah, and this happened to us when we were going to a Doctor Who event. There was a signing in London. And
but we never actually got to the signing, did we?
Well, we got to the signing, but the queue was so long that they wouldn't. We went off somewhere else. And by the time
we went off to do
Tooley Street, where the flight simulator.
Flight simulator, and we met the Auton, didn't we?
That's right, and yes.
That's another story.
Yes, we'll get onto that one day. What was you said about the policeman? He's by the wooden gate, not the metal one with the barbed wire.
Yeah, that probably would have affected him. Would have given him a bit more protection. Let's put him next to the naff wooden one.
What's that? Oh, nothing in my hand I bring as a sign up. Which is in the master's got. You said you could see his syrup. You could see.
I could see the front. I've never noticed it. I never knew Roger had a syrup at the front until you told me about it. And
Bessie sounds knackered when she's driving along at speed.
Our windscreens are just about to fall down, isn't it?
Because you said it's the straps or something which are rattling like Billy-O.
Because they're strapped on, aren't they?
Oh, right.
Bessie's strap on.
And to achieve the sort of dig effect, they've stuck a workman's hut next to the barrow.
Yes, and the Doctor takes Joe up the passageway,
yes,
isn't he? Yeah.
Indeed. So there's Bock just... Getting down the barrow and he doesn't fall over.
He doesn't fall over.
How many takes does this...
Because he looks as though when he's going downhill he's got the momentum, so he's leaning forward.
Yeah.
So I've got to keep running or I'll fall.
But yes, well, it's a bit like Claws of Axos, where they've got the sort of the front of Axos is supposedly buried,
a little bit more stylish.
But that's a bit bigger. Have you ever actually been up to the Barrows?
No, I never went to the Barrows.
I did vaguely think about going, but to be honest, a barrow is a barrow, and I had enough of them where I used to live. So there we go. But yeah, the cliffhanger's just coming up, and it's fairly perfunctory. It's just sort of Bock comes in,
sticks
his tongue out. He must get a sort of dry tongue. Waves his hands about, and cut to the title sequence. Is that your Bock impression?
Yes.
Oh, right, very good. But there you are. There's the end credits.
Yeah.
But what do you think of that as an episode?
I like that. It's probably one of the better episodes, actually. I do like Demons. It's not one of my favourite Pertwees.
No.
But you're looking at me. Oh, really?
Yeah. No. Some people like it. Some people don't. Yeah.
I just don't like the stereotypical. This is how the countryside should be. When we know it's not like that.
But I mean, that's one of those stock sort of Pertwee things, isn't it? The comedy yokels, isn't it? You know, from like, Sam Seeley and Pigbin Josh, and
it's a bit like his
and the whole of Metebelis 3, quite frankly.
Yes,
that's stocked by yokels, isn't it? Yeah. So there's a lot of it about, shall we say? But there we go. There's the Demons part 2.
If you haven't seen it, it's coming on to.
Oh, it's coming on to Twitch next week.
Watch it.
I believe.
You will enjoy it.
I think it's next week.
You will enjoy it.
You will enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.